Hi guys,
Hello.
it's Kay.
And Auntie Deborah.
So we know that there's a whole lot going on in the world right now, and I will say for me, I think that might be one of the reasons why I've been stalling on recording, like just any old thing, because I felt like you can't really have a platform right now and not address what's going on, especially being a person of color. I feel like if you have any sort of platform or any type of influence on anyone, no matter how big or small your audience may be, you have to acknowledge what's going on.
That's right.
And try to do your part.
I absolutely agree with you, Kara. Well, you all know that I'm her mother, but we say Auntie Deborah because I feel like the men and women of every color are really in this nation my family, and so I'm Auntie Deborah to the world. But we want to express, first of all, condolences to the family of Mr. Floyd and all of his family and friends and co-workers, but not just them, but at this particular time, anyone who is suffering because of unjust actions. Yes, and circumstances. And they may be people who are Black or Latino or white, but we just want to stand in solidarity with humankind at this time and say that we support people who are standing for what is good and what is right, and excellent efforts towards elevating humanity.
So for me, at first, there was almost a disconnect. I didn't feel like I could relate to all of the police brutality and everything that's been going on. I know that I am a Black woman in America, but I can't say that I've ever had anything happen to me personally. So to remain sensitive and empathetic to what's going on, all I had to do was kind of step into the family member's shoes of, wow, I have a Black brother, I have a Black dad, I have a Black cousin or two or three or four, and just imagine if something like that were to happen to them. You know, he's on the ground, can't breathe, calling for his mom. I can only imagine the rage that builds up inside of you, the anxiety, the angst,
the
in the
mental
soul,
turmoil,
all of that. And it just helped me to really, kind of figure out what's a way that I could contribute and what's a way that I could help towards the cause.
And so, speaking of formulating a plan, you guys need to remember this is a voting year. A voting year. And I don't mean just for the president. Do you know who the policymakers are who speak for you in your own community? Do you know where they live? Do you know how to reach them is what I mean. Do you know how to make contact with them? Do you know how a policy change is initiated? So anytime you want to do a demonstration or change a policy, which is kind of more where my head is located at this time, first, we want to adopt a plan, formulate the agenda, and then you want to implement it, and then you want to evaluate it and see how it's working. Formulate it, implement it, evaluate it, and then if it's not any good, then you want to terminate it. But this is an effective way that we can look at our direct actions and see, are we getting our desired results?
So for me, it was a challenge at first trying to figure out what is something that I could do to help. I know that I call myself an artist, but right now it's like I crochet and I make body scrubs and lotions, and I'm like, well, God, I want to use my gift or my voice to be able to help fight for a cause, but I don't know what to do. So God, show me, what can I do? But he did give me the idea of, well, Kara, you can say that portion of my income that I'm receiving from Raw Allure would go towards an organization that's fighting to elevate human rights. So I'm happy about that decision that's been made, and I hope that can actually make a difference.
So fortunately, we are blessed, all of us who are viewing now, to live in a country that allows us to voice our opinions, to demonstrate, to protest, to make changes to policy we've been that way over 250 years, right? Just about that much. As a matter of fact, that is the way that America started, was with a protest. So it's a great thing that we can take advantage of as long as we go about it in the right way. And many people have for several years. Marches for children, child labor, child rights, women's rights, rights for minorities of every race and color, rights for seniors. And so we know that it can be effective, but what we're looking for now is what is the most effective way to provoke or to promote change in a time like this. A demonstration, a protest is one great step, as long as it's done in a lawful manner, which means that sometimes we're gonna have to get permission. When you're on public property, there may be certain channels to go through before you actually gather together. But I wanna look at something else as well. That anytime we begin to demonstrate, protest, make our opinions known in a large way, whether that's publicly or in a private setting, we need to determine, first of all, what is it that we want. To say something like, I want world peace, well, that's a pretty large concept, and we need to be able to tie what we think is our desired result. I think it would be better to say something more specific, such as, I want better training for law enforcement, or we believe that it's a necessity for more punitive measures, or litigation should be put into place, or better assessment and evaluation prior to people being hired in law enforcement, since we're talking about that particular issue at this time. Wherever we're going to demonstrate, I think it's important for us to first identify what are our goals.
So again, as I told you all, since the portion of my income from Raw Allure will be donated to a specific organization, there's 2 steps that you could do if you want to help Raw Allure reach their goal. First, you can order anything off of my Etsy website, and you can order anything from the site, and a portion of your purchase will go towards that organization. Or if you want it to just be a direct donation, you can use the Cash App name, which is the $ Raw Allure NC, and you can state what you would like that money to be donated for. So I thank you guys for supporting me and my small business, and I thank you for tuning in to this video on Welcome to K's with me
and Auntie Deborah.